Howdy folks, and welcome back to another Bog Vlog where I'm going to recap the month of July 2014. If you haven't seen one of these before, what I'd like to do is talk about what happened last month in July and then look forward to what's going on with the channel in August. So let's talk about some stats first of all. You guys know I like number crunching. I like looking at which videos do how well and how are we doing this month compared to the previous month. And you know, the story so far this year has been a lot of growth from January through May, and in June we had our first kind of backslide a little bit. Well, as expected, July is also a backslide month. There's a couple of reasons for that. I had a week off where I took a cruise to Bermuda, which was awesome. So I had some time off. I actually only posted, I had one video I think that went out on this channel during my week off. So obviously that's going to impact the stats significantly, having one less week of work. And also my kids are off for summer vacation, and so you know there's less time overall to put out content. So let's take a look at the stats. In June we had 233,000 views. In July we were at 186,000 views. So that is down. And if we compare July to May, May was 315,000 down to 186. So we're about around half of what we did in May in terms of views. The gained subscribers was 1,248. In June, we're down to 995 in July. So just under 1,000 new subscribers. Hello, new subscribers! And at the end of June, subs, we were at 22,888, and now we're at 23,890. So about, you know, 1,000 subscribers gained, like we said in the previous thing, but we're almost at 24,000 subscribers now. Actually, we might even be there today because this is coming a couple days after the end of the month. But that was the end of July. Statistics. The top 10 videos, there were 6 of them were Hearthstone videos, 1 was WildStar, and 3 were Guild Wars 2 related, and only 3 of the top 10 videos in terms of views were actually posted in July, which is interesting. My older videos are doing better than my newer videos in some respects. So yeah, let's talk about what's been going on. So a lot of new things in the games that I've been playing. So mostly, as you guys know, I cover mainly Guild Wars 2, WildStar, and Hearthstone at the moment. And WildStar launched a new patch, right? They did the Strain patch at the beginning of July, and they just released Sabotage patch the end of last week. And Hearthstone released its Naxxramas patch, which gives a whole bunch of new cards, and each week, you know, we're getting a new quarter or a new wing unlocked for that. And Guild Wars 2 started up Living World Season 2, which is pretty exciting. So all those games are pumping out lots of content. A couple things that are interesting are it's been a struggle a little bit to figure out what kind of content to make, despite my, you know, including the fact that I have less time than normal right now. For example, I've been fortunate enough to get into a couple of the Guild Wars 2 patches on a test kind of press environment where I get to kind of preview it, and I'm allowed to take some video footage of it to release the day that the patch goes live. I'm actually, you know, there's an embargo time. I'm not allowed to release those videos until the patch goes live. But since these patches have been very story driven, I'm having trouble figuring out what to make. So for example, if it was a feature pack, right, we got a new wardrobe system or a new achievement system or something like that, I could do a detailed video walking through that feature, my opinions on it, what I would think was good about it, what I think was bad about it, and post that out as soon as the patch goes live. But there's not really any of that to be had. So the kind of videos I normally do are like, all right, let's do a playthrough of the story. But the last thing people want to watch on patch day, right when the patch goes live, is me playing through the story, because people want to experience the story themselves, right? So that's really what's been the struggle of like, all right, I've got this cool access, you know, to look at this patch, but what do I do? What kind of videos do I produce that are going to go live right when the patch goes live? So one of the times I did some achievement guides. And you know those did pretty well. People seem to enjoy those. The problem with the achievement guides is we have very limited time before the before the patch goes live to make these videos. Some of these achievements are really hard to get, and I'm playing on a server that there's really no other players to group with. So basically I'm on my own to figure out these achievements with a very limited time window, and I found that kind of difficult to do. There was also the last patch. I just went for humor. I said, I don't know what to do. The idea of the caulking dead popped in my head, so I made that funny Ritlock video, and people seem to like that well. So I might just stick to kind of like a humorous skit type thing. But if you guys have any idea of what kind of videos I could do on the test environment when it's very story driven like that, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Something that's unique, something that other people aren't doing, something like that. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. Alright, so that's the update on the Guild Wars front. Hearthstone, I'm loving the Naxxramas set. I love the fact that there's new cards going in. It shakes up the metagame. It makes it exciting again. I've had fun making those videos. In WildStar, I'm still working on raid attunement. I did a bunch of silver medal adventure runs last night with my guild. We're still working on getting raiding going. It's taking the raid attunement process is no joke. It's a big time commitment, and while I'm juggling the kids and the house and the family and Hearthstone and Guild Wars 2 and WildStar, it's actually quite a bit to try to juggle. So we're making some progress there. It's still a lot of fun. I hope to get into raiding because I hear it's really enjoyable, very challenging stuff. So I can't wait to do that. So in August, things are going to be kind of similar to how they were in July. I'm going to still be putting out content every week. I'm not going to overly stress that there has to be a video every single day. And the reason for that is my kids are going to stop going to camp on Thursday. It's over. And then we have about 3 weeks or so before September. September is when they start school again. So I'm going to be home with them all day. I'm going to have less time to create content. And you know what? I'm just not going to stress about it. I'm going to try to enjoy the rest of the summer, spend time with the kids, still put out content, but not try to, kill myself to make sure that I have something go out on the channel every single day. I am also, I always get the itch to try other games. Like it's really hard following 3 games and then finding time for some side games. But I'd like to be able to play some of these games that I bought on Steam that I just haven't actually played through. Like Walking Dead Season 2. I know several episodes of that are out. I haven't played that. Have it purchased. I haven't played BioShock Infinity, which I say every few months I mention that because it's like gnawing at the back of my head. You should play that. And I never finished Banner Saga. I would love to do that. And I know that some of those games, like Banner Saga, is not actually that long, so I could probably finish it in a night or two. One thing I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit is, I talk about following, 3 games. Mainly right now, and that's, those 3 games take up a lot of time. But my content seems to be spurty in that I will, like a Wing of Naxxramas will come out, and there'll be a whole bunch of videos that I record at once, right? I'll do like the playthroughs on normal mode, heroic mode, and the clash challenges, and I'll have that all recorded, and then I spend the week editing and publishing those videos. And what seems to happen is I'll have like a Guild Wars 2 video and then like 5 Hearthstone videos and then maybe a WildStar video or something at the end of the week, or it'll go like, a whole bunch of WildStar story or Guild Wars 2 story, like, so my content comes out in spurts instead of having like, hey, this is WildStar Guild Wars Hearthstone, WildStar Guild Wars Hearthstone, but instead of being like a more consistent pattern like that. And there's not much I can do about that. That's just what happens if I spend the night recording Hearthstone and then that's what I have to edit for the rest of the week. But what I get is I get comments all the time, and I'm sure it's not my most stalwart subscribers who would watch a video like this, but there are people that come in all the time. Oh, so you're not playing WildStar anymore after I put out a bunch of Naxxramas Hearthstone videos. I'm like, what do you mean? Of course I am. Well, I haven't seen a video in a while. Well, the last video has been 5 days ago, last WildStar video. Oh. And it's probably because of the subscriber feeds in YouTube, and it's hard to, you don't always catch when a new video comes out. By the way, you should set your subscription to get an email every time I put out a video if you don't want to miss anything. There's options in your subscriber section of YouTube so you can get an email notification. But those kind of comments like drive me crazy. Like there was a guy the other day, like we talked about it, like we responded back and forth. He was like, hey, it's good to see you back in Guild Wars 2. And I was like, what do you mean? what do you mean? They're like, oh, I haven't seen Guild Wars 2 videos for you for a while. I'm like, well, I know between the feature pack in April and the start of Season 2, there wasn't a whole lot going on, so I didn't put out a lot of Guild Wars videos, but I did Guild Missions and Gem Store preview videos, like, through April to July, so it's not like I'm suddenly back in any of these games. Anyway, that's just a little pet peeve of mine, soapbox. I've not stopped playing any of those games at all. There's no breaks being had. I play all three every week. I put out content, hopefully each of the 3 games I'm playing every week, but sometimes it's going to be a little bit spurty, especially right now with Hearthstone and these next Ramus wings coming out, because there's just a lot of fun content to make with that as these wings and new cards come out. So that's going to wrap things up. August is here, and it's going to be more of the same. If you guys have any suggestions, comments, questions, anything like that, please feel free to hit me up in the comments field below. And I want to just thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. Your support means everything to me, and I couldn't do this without you, and I really, really appreciate it. So, yeah, that's about it. I hope everybody has a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. I have a toy. Yes, I have a toy. I always have toys. There we go. Tauren Paladin.